Okay, welcome back, you guys. In this video, we're talking about creative lighting. So I'm at my desk in the studio and I've got my main light over here, my key light. Okay, we've talked about this one before. This is my big softbox with the grid. And then back there, I've got my strip light, which is giving me that hit of light over here, separating me off the backdrop, or my kicker, if you will. Okay, so that's great and all. We've got that cinematic look, the lit side, and then the shadow side. So, contrast, cinematic. Now, if we want to take this stuff a step further, we can introduce some neon lighting or RGBs. So I've got two neons set up right now, but before I turn them on, what I want to show you is that they're connected to my phone through the Amaran app. So I'm using Amaran, which is an awesome brand. They've got some really cool options for lighting. So what I've got here is the Amaran Ray 360C, which is one of their newest lights. And then I've got an Amaran Pano 120C. So the 360 is 360 watts. The 120C, that's 120 watts. And they're Bluetooth to the Amaran app on my phone, which is awesome because now I don't have to get up and walk around and turn them all on. I can just turn them on and off on my phone. And not only that, but I can change the colors. So anything I want to do, and we're going to do that next, is we do it through the app, and you'll see. So let's start by turning on the pano. Okay, so right now it's off. I'm just going to click on, and there we go. Cool. So we've got it set to blue. That's awesome. But as you can see here with the app, we can actually just slide this guy around and see what we think. Look, there's purple. Okay, and as we slide it around, if you like it, use it, whatever. I go to this area that says colors, and they've got these fun presets. So the one that I've been really enjoying for this setup is called Moonlight Lake. This one. So I'm going to leave it there on Moonlight Lake. I'm pretty happy with that. Now, let's turn on the ray. So the ray has a shape going on. I've got a circular shape. So when I turn this on, you're going to see where that lands. Right there. Okay. So what color do we have here? So here we are on Bonfire. Okay, that looks pretty nice to me. We could click any of these and see like aura, green, lavender, not bad, but I really like that Bonfire one. Okay. I mean, when you're mixing and matching, it's kind of endless. You can do whatever you want. I've always learned to try to stick with complementary colors. We don't have to stick with it. You can break rules any which way you want. But, it's a good starting point to start with complementary colors, especially if you don't even know what you want. Complementary, what are the opposites? Blue, yellow, or blue and orange. Those are in the same realm of opposites. Pretty cool. And then not only can you change the colors, but then you can also change the intensity. So if we have this ray, the spotlight at the bottom, right now it's 100%, which I'm pretty happy with. But if we wanted to back it off, you can watch the intensity, okay? So now it's all the way down at 2%, so it's barely there. Maybe you wanted it at 60% like that, so it's a little more subtle. And then here it is at 100, but I don't mind that, so I'm gonna leave it there. And then the pano as well, it's actually really low at 5%. You really didn't need a ton. You could really crank this thing if we wanted to. Like, whoa, and add a ton. But I don't think that's necessary. But again, this stuff is subjective. So let's bring it back down to 5 where I had it because I was pretty happy with that. But that way you can at least see how this app works because it's super simple. And you could actually connect as many lights as you had. So I have a third one that isn't set up right now, and that's on the app. And then I have another pano that's not in the studio as well. And all 4 could be running, and you could just change the colors. And, that's pretty awesome because, again, if you had to run around the studio and go try changing the color or turning it on and off, that's going to get real annoying. And if you had other people on the set, this is just so handy and super quick. Now, the shapes that you're seeing on the backdrop in this video is being created by this Godox projector attachment, okay? So this is the light. This is my Amaran Ray 360. And then this piece on the front is the Godox projector attachment, okay? Now, it comes with this guy that has these inserts. So these guys just pop out like this, okay? And there's all sorts of different shapes that come with it. And you can go on Amazon and buy extras and all that stuff. And you just pop these guys in, depending on the shape that you want. You choose the one you like, pop it in, and then this pops into here. Super simple, okay? And then this projects that shape onto the backdrop. Pretty cool. Now, this works great in the studio and in the desk setup. You know, this could be a YouTube setup, talking head, whatever you want it to be. But you could also use this concept for more interview style or documentary style footage, okay? So I've got some really fun examples that I've been playing with in the studio, and I'm gonna show you a couple of those next. Okay, so super fun, right? So let's go back. Let's turn these two off. We'll see where we started again. So we turn the pano off. Okay, and then let's turn the spotlight off. So this is where we started. Cinematic, pretty moody, but this is still kind of cool. And then again, we introduce the pano using the app, and then introduce the spotlight. Boom. Nice and slick. This will work. This makes me real happy. So, creative studio lighting. I hope that helps, and I hope that gets you thinking about, you know, how you could implement this into your own setups and take this information and run. Have fun with it.